Hello and welcome everyone to the London Heritage Volunteer Awards ceremony for 2023. This is the 14th year that these awards have been running, and the nominations are as fantastic as ever. It's wonderful to see so many of you here, colleagues, nominees and guests alike. Thank you so very much for joining us this afternoon. So we're here to celebrate some of the most heartwarming, positive and inspirational volunteer contributions from the heritage sector in Greater London over the last year. So this year we received 35 nominations from 16 organisations across 7 award categories. So whether you're here to celebrate a winning, a highly commended or a runner-up nominee, all are special and all have contributed huge amounts to the sector this year. So a huge thank you to all our nominations and the many thousands of volunteers who go unnamed today. So I'm going to show a short slideshow in a moment featuring all of our wonderful nominees for this year's awards. But once again, we're delighted by the variety and creativity represented within the nominations. So we hope that you enjoy this. It'll be a few minutes long and then we'll get into the ceremony proper. Lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed all those wonderful nominations from this year's. Sorry for the slight blip at the end, slight trigger happy on my part. And yes, to answer a question in the chat, we are recording this to hopefully share this with you following today. So yes, please, for anyone who isn't here today, we very much hope to send them a copy. So before we start the presentation properly, what we're going to do is we're going to present the awards one by one, highlighting those who have demonstrated excellence in these areas over the year. The awards were judged by an expert independent panel of judges last month. You can see the judges on the screen there. Sadly, not all of our judges are able to make it today, but those that are will be telling you about their experience of judging these awards when they present them shortly. So a huge thank you to all of our judges. We can't do these awards or run these awards successfully without them. So we are very much grateful to them. I'd also like to thank all of our supporters, all of you, so our engaged network, for taking part and putting forward your nominations, and all of our nominees as well, but also my amazing co-host Vanessa, who is working with me on today's awards. A huge thank you to you all. This is honestly the highlight of my year, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you and all the contributions you bring. I'd like to say a special thank you to Team London, led by Alice Wilcock. These are our colleagues from the City of London who've continued their long-term support of the awards this year and really promote volunteering within Greater London. So a huge thank you to all of them. We hope you all enjoy today's ceremony and feel inspired by all the stories you will hear. Please tweet or X. I don't know whether you X now, considering the name of the platform's changed, but please tweet using the hashtag LHVA 2023. You can see it on the bottom of every screen, and help us build a bit of an LHVA buzz as we go along. If anyone has any queries or problems during the course of the ceremony, please drop them into the chat, and myself and Vanessa will monitor that as we go through. All right, so we're going to move on now to the first of our awards, which is Best Team. Now, sadly, our judges for this award, our colleagues Michelle Armstrong from the Auckland project and Deborah Mars from Team London, can't join us today. So I have the pleasure of introducing the winners of this award in their absence. So we received 7 nominations in this category, which celebrates team working and great examples of successful collaboration. Judge Michelle told us that it was a fabulous field of entrants and that it was amazing to read all that they have achieved. So huge congratulations to all of our nominees. You can see there are runners-up. Huge congratulations to them. Some wonderful contributions highlighted. But now I'd like to turn to our first highly commended nominee, who has been recognised for their sensitive and tailored support of a key audience for this venue, enabling as many people as possible to enjoy their time at their site. I'm delighted to announce that the first highly commended nomination for the Best Team Award is the Access Ambassador Volunteers from Shakespeare's Globe. Huge congratulations to all of you. I know this photo is only a few of you within the team, but there's a lot more of you behind the scenes who do a lot to promote that. We will be circulating a programme following today's event where you can read a lot more about all of our nominees. So please do make sure you catch up on them, because there's wonderful stories behind all of our nominations. Huge congratulations to our Access Ambassador Volunteers from Shakespeare's Globe. So the second highly commended nominee is the smallest team represented this year, but a team who has supported the lion's share of this organisation's community engagement activity. I'm overjoyed on a personal and a LHVG level to announce that the second highly recommended nomination in this category are volunteers Gavin Mitchell and Gary Crofts from my very own organisation, London Zoo and ZSL Conservation Zoo. Well done, guys. You know how much we value your support. And as a very small team, what you contribute is truly mighty. Okay, so finally, the winning team in this category are hugely worthy winners, pushing boundaries to ensure untold stories come to life. Their contributions are innovative, creative, collaborative, interesting, and entertaining. This team has limitless passion and boundless energy. The winners of this year's Best Team Award are the Women in Science Tour team from Natural History Museum London. Huge congratulations to all of you. What a phenomenal output you've had this year. We'd like to invite team member Jane Hogg to say a few words on behalf of the team now, if you're here, Jane. I can see you, Jane.
There we are. Well, can you all hear me?
We can.
First of all, thank you. I mean, we were delighted and so excited to hear about the nomination. We all enjoy what we do, and it's so lovely to hear that others are enjoying it too. It's been a real team project from the very start. We've been exchanging ideas, planning and discussing our research via Zoom during lockdown. And then there was route planning and practicing with each other as soon as we could get back into the museum. And now our initial tour has developed into specialised ones that reflect the important issues or seasonal events, still thinking about women in science. I believe I speak for us all when we say that we get so much out of giving these tours. There's a buzz from giving them with different volunteers, and we each have a different slant on the people we talk about. We learn our best anecdotes and techniques from each other, and there's real camaraderie in the team. You feel completely at ease whenever you're out there with the public, knowing that someone has your back if forgetfulness or croakiness strikes. The enjoyment of sharing stories about women who have made a real contribution to science is paramount. And these people are largely unknown to many of our visitors, and their reactions gives us enormous pleasure. We're really surprising them, even about people they think they know about. And when there are questions and comments, these tours become even more personal. Lovely feedback is a bonus. And when we're given a little clap at the end, we do feel that there's been a job well done, which can't be bad. But I really couldn't finish this without giving credit to our team director, who is Leonie Bigenden. She started it, and it was her determination through all those Zoom calls in 2020 that was the catalyst for everything that followed. She supports us still and is out there on gallery giving her own tours. It's just a lovely team to be part of. So thank you all so very much.
What wonderful words, Jane. You've done your team huge justice through them. So thank you ever so much. And huge congratulations to you, Jane, and all of your colleagues on the team, and to Leonie also for leading you so ably by the sounds of it. Congratulations, everyone. A wonderful contribution.
Thank you ever so much.
Pleasure. So that draws the best team contribution to a close. I'll now hand over to Charlie to present the Bringing Innovation Award.
Thanks, Rhiannon. So this award was for volunteers who've changed the way that their heritage site works. We were looking for examples where volunteers have been involved in interpreting collections in a new way and helped bring in new audience, or have been involved in developing new and efficient systems. There were 4 nominations in this category, and competition was stiff. So well done to everybody who was nominated, because yeah, it was really hard to choose. So our highly commended volunteer impressed us. Sorry. So I should say, yes, so well done to our runner-ups as well. As I say, it was very, very hard to judge, and everybody did amazingly. So our highly commended volunteer impressed us with the range of ideas that they'd had, and the fact that they'd followed through on them, because it's great to have ideas, but actually, you need some action afterwards. So we felt that Peter Jones from the Brunel Museum deserved to be highly commended.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Peter. So on to the winner. Excuse me. This person has been volunteering with their organisation for some time, but it's their work in the last 6 months or so to a year that really impressed us. So they began a digital project, which means that now over 5,000 photographs are available across the organisation, which hadn't previously been available. They'd also designed and led a workshop for refugees and asylum seekers. And these projects we felt were really innovative. So I'm really pleased to announce that the winner of this award is Sandra Doyle from ZSL. So would you like to say a few words, Sandra?
Sorry, have I unmuted? I don't know if I've unmuted yet. Oh, thank you. I'm so surprised. I would like to thank Anne and the rest of the library team for making the ZSL library such a great place to volunteer and giving me all the opportunities. I was very surprised to hear that I had been nominated for this award, and even more now to receive it. But each day I volunteer, there are surprises awaiting me in the historical photograph collections. I love learning about the history of the zoo and its occupants through the photos I digitise, and value the opportunity to help bring them and their stories to a wider audience, and also to meet the people from the new art studio this year. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you, and well done, Sandra. We're going to move on to our next award, presented by Rebecca.
Thanks, Rhiannon. Afternoon, everyone. And it's my pleasure to be here today to present to you the award for developing in a role. So this is an award for volunteers who've really progressed in their role, and it might be that they've overcome barriers to really flourish, or it might be that they've accomplished something particularly new to them. And what was fantastic about the nominations that we received is that they covered a huge range of different roles in different museums, from the really big to the really small, from collections, conservation, visitor services and learning. People are developing amazing new skills in all kinds of different areas. So fantastic shout out to everyone who was nominated this year, because you all deserve a lot of recognition for the amazing work that you do. So well done. But now to move on to the first highly commended volunteer. And this person took on a new role when the previous volunteer unfortunately became quite ill and was no longer able to volunteer. And despite being initially hesitant, this person really wanted to help, and took on that challenge with real positivity and dedication. So since then, they've had a massive impact on the museum, particularly on an important income stream in this key role. So we were really impressed by their willingness to step up and take on this new challenge when the museum really needed their help the most. And not only that, but they've also made changes to the systems in this role to make it even more effective for the long term. So the first highly commended for developing in a role is Marie O'Sullivan from the Cartoon Museum. Congratulations, Marie. Very well deserved. The Friends group is very lucky to have you. On to the next highly commended role. So this volunteer has consistently volunteered every week since 2017, which is quite a feat. And as a result, is one of the highest contributing volunteers on their museum's digitisation project. They've been faced by a series of personal challenges during that time, but they've shown dedication and resilience through their commitment to volunteering. They've gone from strength to strength, taking on new opportunities and challenges when they arise, including being a volunteer buddy and sharing their skills and experience with others. It was clear from the nomination that this volunteer has really embraced the positive emotional and social benefits of volunteering. And as their colleagues said, it's a joy to work with them, which is always really lovely to hear. So the second highly commended for developing in a role is Mooney Morgan from the Courtauld Gallery. Congratulations, Mooney. And on to the winner. So this person is someone who really stood out to myself and my fellow judge for the sheer amount of new specialist skills that they've learned in order to care for their museum's collection. Not only that, but they've shared those skills with another museum where they also volunteer. So their contribution is even greater. They're a naturally quiet person, but whose confidence and skills have really flourished since they started volunteering. They take on any task, no matter how unglamorous, which we really liked. And they are clearly dedicated to a career in paintings conservation, and so have been taking any opportunity to help further that goal. So I'm really pleased to announce that the winner of developing in a role is Ella Cook from the Guildhall Art Gallery. Huge congratulations. And I understand, Rhiannon, that Ella isn't able to be here with us today. Do we have anyone from the Guildhall to accept her award?
Yes, hello.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I would love to. Sorry, my internet just went down at the point of you announcing this. So if I feel a little bit confused, we are here. There's three of us here actually rooting for Ella. Ella could be with us today because she has subsequently, yes, so there's somebody else in the background. I'm not really in the gallery, but I look like I am. She has joined a course. She's currently studying technical art history, an MA course up in Glasgow University, and it's largely to say that whilst she was with us volunteering, she's a fine artist by training and had just finished her degree course. She came to us with the desire to become a paintings conservator, and really through her experience here and through really helping us and really getting her nose stuck in with everything, has fully realized that and has now started her path and been able to and qualified to get onto this course, which will start her off on her career path. We are absolutely delighted to have worked with her. She's a wonderful young lady, very talented, and we really enjoyed watching her grow and flourish and become self-confident in this world of museums, you know, really taking on the challenge. Anyway, we're thrilled to bits, I can't tell you. We're so excited here. I would just like to say a few words that she has written, because she couldn't accept today. She's had a very important lecture, and we said, well, no, that's important too. So we're accepting it on her behalf. But here are her words. She says, "Thank you so much for this award. The encouragement, kindness and wisdom I have received whilst volunteering have been invaluable. Often the best way to learn is to have the opportunity to experience work being done firsthand. So it is so affirming to be trusted and supported to try new things, helping me to progress towards my goals with confidence and enthusiasm. The dedication to making my time spent at the Guildhall enjoyable and informative was apparent from my first day. I am forever grateful for the team taking the time out of their busy working days to teach and advise me. Thank you again." Well, we certainly thank Ella, because she was involved in so many projects, so eagerly ready to dive straight in. She worked with skill and care and great attention, and we could really trust her. You know, she became such a valued member of the team, working 2 days a week. You know, that's such an achievement in that short space of time to become such a valuable member of the team. So thank you so much for this opportunity to reward her and really acknowledge her achievements. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you very much. And how wonderful that Ella was able to share some of her own words as well. So please do share our huge congratulations to her and thanks. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, so moving on to the next award presented by Georgia.
Hello everyone, and I'm really delighted to be here to present the Going the Extra Mile Award. This was a very competitive category. We had 8 nominees, so huge congratulations to all of you for being recognised by your organisations in this way. This award is for volunteers who have really gone above and beyond the call of duty. And of course, that looks different for everyone depending on their different circumstances and their different roles. And also it's what volunteers, I think, are naturally brilliant at doing. So I'm not surprised to see so many strong nominations in this category. So our first highly commended volunteer took on new duties on top of their regular duties as a learning volunteer. They've supported new volunteers in training and settling in, but also were recognised in their nomination for being really proactive with problem solving and bringing forward solutions to potential issues or problems with a very diligent and professional approach. They've also been recognised as a champion for driving diversity and inclusion in the volunteer team, and their unique, calm and enthusiastic approach is a motivator for volunteers and staff alike. So the first highly commended in the Going the Extra Mile category is Gabriela Rodriguez from Museum of London Docklands. Congratulations, Gabriela. I don't know whether Gabriela is attending today, but if you are, then really warm congratulations. So the second highly commended in this category is a volunteer who has taken on a wide range of roles across their time with their organisation and has brought their signature passion to each of them, taking new opportunities in their stride. Their help has been invaluable in building relationships with schools and their organisation, and also seeing their organisation through a period of change and development over some years. Their nominator said, "Even when he is not really trying, he is still our biggest advocate." So the second highly commended in the Going the Extra Mile category is Tony Grant from the Museum of the Home. Congratulations, Tony, and I believe you are attending, so I hope you find a nice way to celebrate later on today. And then finally, in this category, the winner was someone whose joy and enthusiasm were highlighted by their nominators as being truly infectious. The winner, we heard, loves to get a challenge between their teeth and is often the first volunteer to offer to get involved with a new role or project. Going the extra mile often means doing less popular things, and this volunteer takes those in their stride, all while volunteering alongside full-time work, which is really something to balance and to be commended in itself. And this volunteer's collaboration and teamwork serves to bring positivity to the wider team and has made a huge impact in a short space of time, as they only joined their organisation this year. And their nominators said that it's as if she has been on the team forever. So huge congratulations go to the winner, Jen Austin from the Natural History Museum. I'm told that Jen unfortunately cannot attend today, but I know that her supervisor, Leonie Biggenden, is attending, and I invite Leonie to say a few words on Jen's behalf.
Hi there, thank you. Yes, Jen has been an amazing volunteer who everyone on the team loves, and she's given me a few words just to say on her behalf. And she said she wanted to thank myself, Rosie and Bo for being nominated for the awards. And she says it means so much to her. And she says, I really enjoy volunteering at the museum. I've been a huge fan since I was a child and look forward to many more future sessions. And we certainly look forward to many more sessions with Jen volunteering. She's a shining light, and everyone knows how well she fits into the team. So thank you very much.
Fantastic. And thank you, Leonie, for those wonderful words, and huge congratulations to Jen, who I know hopefully will be very pleased when she's out of the office later on today. And thank you to Georgia for presenting that award as well. Okay, so moving on to the next category. We're going to move to the Special Award for Volunteer Management, which is going to be presented by Georgia again, but Georgia actually was the winner of this award last year, so hopefully can speak from her own experience of what it's like to be put forward for this award as well. Thank you very much, Georgia.
Yes, thank you. Well, I was really excited to be invited to judge this category again with my co-judge this year, especially after having been, nominated and won last year. It was really humbling, and these award ceremonies are about volunteers first and foremost. That's what we're here to celebrate and recognise. But of course, all of that hard work and all of the value that volunteers bring can't happen without brilliant and effective volunteer managers behind them, supporting them along the way. So I'm really pleased to share the highly commended and winner for this category. The winner will be automatically put forward for the Heritage Volunteering Group's National Volunteer Leader of the Year Award. And we had 4 nominees in this category, and each of them were really detailed and gave a really full picture of what these people contribute to the sector. So it was very, very difficult indeed to judge. However, I'm pleased to share the first highly commended person in this category was nominated for their professional, sensitive and respectful approach. They, in particular, it was highlighted that they haven't been afraid to challenge the model of volunteering at their organisation, and the result of that and the outlook and impact that has had on the wider team has really developed the volunteering programme greatly. They lead by example, and in particular, they empower individuals to thrive and develop in their roles, no matter their different preferences or capabilities. So I'm really pleased to announce that the highly commended in this category is Jodie Davis from London Zoo. I don't know whether Jodie is attending, but I hope, Jodie, that when you see this, that you find it a great way to celebrate later on today. Fantastic. So moving on to the winner in this category, this person was really a sort of standout winner in terms of the depth and breadth of the comments of their nominators, and how they balance the various responsibilities that they have in their role, but really go above and beyond in terms of getting to know their volunteer team and getting the best out of them each as individuals. They've exhibited unwavering dedication, exceptional leadership, and managed their organisation's diverse team through various situations. They have in particular provided a platform for volunteers' voices to be heard and fostered a sense of belonging and ownership among their volunteer team. And their nominators said that their dedication to leadership and ability to cultivate a cohesive and supportive volunteer team has been nothing short of exceptional. So the winner in this category, I'm pleased to announce, is Robert Kale from the Brunel Museum. So congratulations, Robert. I'm not sure if Robert is attending today, but Museum Director Catherine McAlpine is attending and can accept the award on Robert's behalf. Catherine.
Hello. I hope you can all hear me. This is really lovely. Obviously, none of us here at the Brunel Museum are surprised that Robert has won this award. it is fitting, I think, that the reason he cannot be here is because tomorrow he has to be in the museum on what is usually his day off to induct a brand new volunteer into our team. So rather than him do a kind of 6-day week, I was like, no, you have to have a day off. But yeah, he has been a real asset to the museum. He started off as a volunteer, so he absolutely understands kind of, you know, what the museum needs and what volunteers need, and how to kind of bring those two things together. So yeah, I feel really delighted that he's been recognised for this. So yeah, thank you for all the judges, and congratulations to everyone else. And yeah, congratulations, Robert.
Lovely, thank you, Catherine, and a really fitting excuse for not being here today. So we hope the induction goes well tomorrow, Robert, and we hope to see you soon, presenting this award next year, perhaps. And thank you, Catherine, for your kind words and for your personal insight, Georgia, to winning the award last year. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Youth Award, and Rebecca's going to come back and present that for us. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Rhiannon. Yeah, so it's my pleasure to be awarding the Youth Award this year, and this is for volunteers who are aged either 25 or under, and it particularly highlights the exceptional skills that we have within the sector and the need to encourage more young people to volunteering. So these young people might have excelled in one of the other categories. So they might have gone the extra mile, they might have developed in a role, or they might just be an all-round exceptional young person. My fellow judge Barnaby Smith from Team London couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but we had 3 nominations in this category, and they were all really outstanding. So we found it quite difficult to choose between them, and we just wanted to really shout out to all of those people who were volunteered. We were really humbled by the difference that they had all made at such a young age. So yeah, we just wanted to say that before we started. But onwards to the first highly commended. So this person joined a new special project right from its inception. So they were there helping to shape the role itself, shape the project, and really brought an immense amount of commitment and energy and investment into that. So one of the things that made them stand out was how they've been helping to shape the role, how they've been helping the public, but also the staff and their fellow volunteers as well, to really get to grips with this new project. But they're also a natural science communicator, so they really excel in their role and share that skills and enthusiasm with other people. And I just wanted to read out a quote from the nominator for you, because it's really rather lovely. She's a great ambassador for young people's volunteering and has an inspirational wisdom and confidence to speak out when she feels something is wrong. She is a great member of the team and everyone benefits from her presence. And I think that just sounds like the ideal volunteer, really. So the first highly commended is Mighty Lee Putia from the Natural History Museum. Congratulations. I hope you celebrate appropriately. Well done. So second highly commended. So this person started as a discovery volunteer about a year and a half ago, and they were then selected for the role of preservation volunteers. So they've progressed from in quite a short space of time from one role to a more specialist role. And they've supported the creation of new volunteer activity, researching objects, and making the collection more accessible to a wider range of people. They've been supporting other members of the team, so really being a fantastic team player, and have also been affecting change in the wider museum as well. So the second highly commended in this category is Sinyu Shi from the Imperial War Museum. Congratulations. And on to the winner of the Youth Award. So this person really stood out for us. They've had an exceptional journey of development in a short space of time. Again, they started as someone who was outwardly quite shy. They had a number of barriers and challenges that they were facing and grappling with. And in the space of a year, they've progressed into a strong, confident team player who's clearly had a huge impact on their colleagues. And as their nomination said, is seen as a very committed and reliable team member. On top of that, they've shown a real aptitude for animal care, so much so that they have passed their level 3 qualification and they've progressed to being a volunteer keeper. So the winner of the Youth Award this year is Alex Agios from London Zoo. Huge congratulations, Alex. Unfortunately, I don't think Alex is able to be here today, but his colleague and volunteer advisor, Michelle Ford, I believe, is here. Michelle, would you like to say a few words? Over to you.
I've just written something down really quickly. So, yeah, really proud of Alex. Really great news for us. Alex started on our supported volunteering scheme. He did lots of different tasks, but one of them that stands out, because I had the privilege of spending a day with him, was on our community garden. More recently, he's gone on to be a volunteer keeper with our herpetology team. And he is, well, he applied for the role independently, he volunteers independently, and we're just so proud of him. We just want him to go from strength to strength and, you know, just carry on. I know he's actively seeking employment as well. So hopefully that's the next step for Alex.
Lovely. Thank you, Michelle, and absolutely very proud of our Alex, who is also incredibly shy. So attending and speaking at an event like this, possibly the last thing he'd want to do, but we will make sure we celebrate back in the zoo instead. Thank you again, Michelle, Rebecca, for that lovely recognition of the Youth Award, and congratulations to all of our youth nominees. It sounds incredibly close. We're now going to move on, and we're going to move on to our last award, which is our Trustee Award, and Sarah is going to present that for us.
Hello. It gives me great pleasure to be awarding the Trustee Award for 2023. 23, gosh. I was part of the judging panel last year and there were no entries for this particular award. So it was really nice to see 3 strong entries this year. Trustees are often the forgotten volunteers in their organisations. They make up only about 3% of the volunteering community and are often found working hard behind the scenes to ensure the smooth running and continuance of their organisations. All 3 entries in this category this year should be congratulated for making a significant impact on their particular museum. So we decided that we couldn't separate out 2 of the nominees, so we are awarding 2 highly commended awards. The first is to a trustee who's been with his organisation since 1983. He's now retired, and so he devotes his skills and his knowledge and his passion for history to project manage development of the museum. He's tirelessly worked behind the scenes and is making the history of the museum's collections accessible to a wide range of users, from schools and young people to community groups, whilst at the same time helping to professionalise the museum's operations. His nomination read, "We feel he's an excellent nominee for this award, having dedicated his skills and expertise over so many years to secure a bright future for this little ship with a big history. So the first of the highly commended awards goes to David Rogers of the Massey Shore Education Trust. I think David is here today. Congratulations, David. The next person is board secretary at her museum. She's a calming and reassuring presence for fellow trustees, staff, and volunteers alike at the museum. She does the important jobs that people often overlook, things like ensuring that staff get paid on time. She facilitates good governance so that, for example, the minutes and the board agendas are done and go out to her fellow trustees on time, and much more. Her nomination read, she also goes above and beyond and can be relied upon to find a creative solution to a problem, even when it includes new ways of working. So congratulations to Maureen Nolan of the Brunel Museum. I don't know if Maureen is here today, but if she is, well done. The Winners Award goes to a young trustee. This young trustee works at the Museum of the Home, and she was originally a volunteer within their families programme. She became a young trustee for the museum in 2021. Since then, she's worked tirelessly to provide support, guidance and direction for the museum in a number of ways that have made her invaluable as a trustee. For example, she's the museum's designated safeguarding trustee, ensuring that this strongly factors into the museum's governance. She is also involved in a number of other initiatives, such as the Young Future Scheme, a fundraising scheme for young people, by young people, with an overall aim to help young people from disadvantaged backgrounds enter heritage. She's one of the founding members of the Heritage and Communities Committee at the museum, which works within the museum to enact Representing Modern London Action Plan. And that committee has also been providing direction to the board on matters concerning the Robert Jeffrey statue. Her nomination read, finally, she's incredibly friendly, warm, and she takes the time to get to know staff, as well as working directly with many different staff teams in the museum. She's often an on-the-ground face, either working directly alongside our staff and volunteers on big museum events, or coming along to support and check in on staff. It really helps cement the connection between the museum trustees and our staff team, and makes both herself and the trustee team at the museum feel incredibly approachable. So huge congratulations. It was a really, really outstanding nomination, and to the winner of the Trustee Award, Rania Noor from the Museum of the Home. I don't think Rania can be with us today, and so this award will be collected by Jenny Murphy, I think.
Actually, and sorry, hi.
We're all here at the museum.
Celebrate. And Sonia nominated, our director Sonia nominated her. We thought that it would be right for Sonia to accept the award on Rania's behalf.
Well, it's a great pleasure for all of us to accept the award on Rania's behalf. Her involvement in the museum has been absolutely transformational. Above all else, she embodies our values, which are bold, kind, equitable, eco-active. As you say, she's a great champion of young people, but she's also one of the wisest people I've ever met, and I really value her support as a director. And I think everybody who encounters Rania is hugely benefits from her advice, her support, and her future thinking. So thank you very much on her behalf.
Well done to her.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Sarah, for introducing that award. And we were really, really chuffed to have some nominees in our trustee category this year, and some wonderful ones at that. So that brings us almost to the close of our ceremony, but I'm going to hand over to our Vice Chair of the London Heritage Volunteering Group, Vanessa, to give some closing remarks.
Thanks, Rhiannon. What a wonderful afternoon for everybody, and I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed it. For want of a better quote, that's a wrap for another year. Certificate and programmes will be sent to all nominators later this week to distribute amongst the nominees, and a link to today's recording will be made available to share with those unable to attend. I'd like to thank everyone who took part in making this event special for all of our nominees. This afternoon, we are once again reminded of the amazing contribution volunteers make to all of our organisations, which is why it's so important to take the opportunity to celebrate and recognise as many of you as possible. Thank you to the nominators who took the time to submit nominations for this year's nominees. You know each of your nominees personally and know how deserving they are, and we are grateful for you bringing them to our attention. For the judges, for your deliberations and challenges in selecting this year's winners. For the highly commended and runner-ups, we know it is never easy, and a special thank you to our nominees for inspiring and motivating us with your stories and comments. A special thank you to our chair, Rhiannon, who worked tirelessly to put this event together, and for all of you who are in attendance this afternoon to celebrate with us. And finally, we look forward to seeing you next year. And as we head into the season of giving, thank you for all you give to our organisations, and we will continue to provide the gift of saying thank you to those of you who provide your time, skills and talents so freely to us. We hope you will continue to share your stories with us so we can recognise the amazing work that is taking place thanks to the efforts and support of willing, committed and passionate volunteers full of enthusiasm and energy. On behalf of Rhiannon and I, may we wish you a wonderful holiday season, and may you enjoy it with all those you love and care for. Goodbye and keep safe.
Thank you, Vanessa, and have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. And well done to everyone again. Take care.